Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling lake, lived a young woman named Alara. Alara was known throughout the village for her radiant smile and her heart of gold. Alara was strolling through the village square when she noticed an elderly gentleman sitting on a nearby bench. His name was Thomas, and he was a retired cobbler, but his eyesight had recently failed, and he was too ashamed to ask for help from anyone. As days turned into weeks, Thomas became increasingly isolated, spending his days alone in his small cottage. He missed the lively chatter of the village and the simple pleasures of life, but he was too proud to reach out for help. She braved rocky terrain, steep cliffs, and even a raging river, all the while keeping the image of Thomas's sad eyes in her mind. As he sipped the warm tea, a look of amazement spread across his face. Slowly but surely, his vision began to return. Overjoyed, Thomas rushed to the village square, and with newfound clarity, he saw Alara standing there with a radiant smile. Finally, after days of searching, Alara stumbled upon a small patch of the eye brightener. And as for Thomas, well, he lived out the remainder of his days not just as the village cobbler, but as Alara's dear friend, forever grateful for her act of kindness. The plant was unlike any she had ever seen before, with petals that shimmered like liquid gold and leaves that sparkled with an otherworldly light. Carefully, she plucked a single leaf, knowing that it would be enough to restore Thomas's sight. She had a special talent for making people feel seen, heard, and valued. She knew that no one in the village had noticed his absence, and she felt compelled to do something to help. It had always been a source of pride for him to be able to fix shoes, and the thought of never being able to do it again filled him with despair. Touched by Thomas's tale, Alara knew she had to do something to help him regain his sight. But how could a simple village girl like her afford such an expensive procedure? Undeterred, Alara decided to visit the village elder, a wise woman named Agnes, who was known for her knowledge of herbs and remedies. So with a gentle smile and a twinkle in her eye, Alara approached Thomas and introduced herself. She engaged him in conversation, asking about his life and listening intently as he shared his stories. Thomas, initially hesitant, found himself opening up to Alara, sharing memories of his younger years and the village's history. One crisp autumn afternoon, as the leaves were turning shades of crimson seeing this, Alara's heart went out to the old man. There was a rare herb growing high up in the mountains that was said to have restorative properties for the eyes. The herb, known as the eye brightener, was extremely elusive, growing only in the most remote and treacherous parts of the mountain range. Many had attempted to find it, but none had ever returned with the precious plant. Still, Agnes believed that someone with a pure heart and unwavering determination might just succeed where others had failed. As their conversations continued, Alara discovered that Thomas's failing eyesight was not just a physical ailment, but a source of great sadness and frustration for him. Upon hearing Thomas's plight, Agnes shared a secret with Alara. With newfound hope, Alara set off on a perilous journey to find the eye brightener. Upon returning to the village and concocting a special tea from the eye brightener leaf, Alara brought it to Thomas. From that day forward, Alara became known throughout the land as the kind-hearted girl who had brought light back into the old cobbler's eyes. The end.